Oh, and I'm back. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two. Step two. I'm back, y'all, and I'm happy. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. What's up? I'm gonna get straight to it. I'm so hyped. It's been what? 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Yeah, but I'm back. I'm back. When you focus on purpose, you ain't gonna let nothing stop you. So speaking of purpose and being unstoppable, I think this is a great segue to my guest for today. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep it really, really cool because she's really, really special. And I know I'm always like, oh, I'm so excited about this guest. With this guest, you'll see as the conversation unfolds why she is so purposeful in my life and how she is showing up in the world, just her authentic and colorful musical self. Miss Niki will be coming in, but first, I just gotta say again, I'm so happy to be back. Like, my phone was out of commission. I had to get a whole new phone. Phone broke, so I can be able to get back and doing what I enjoy doing, which is podcasting. Somebody was like, I know people like, dog, she just goes. No. Due to circumstances, I have not been out here. But anyway, I'm back and I'm really, really excited about it. So without further ado, I want to introduce Miss Niki, aka Nicole, to our podcast today so we can talk a little bit about music, life, balance, creativity, all things life. But what makes her so special is this kinfolk. So we're gonna bring her in. Let's see. Here we go. Come on here.
Hey!
Yes, I am here for it. That makes me think of your song. Okay, well, before I start talking, Miss Niki, introduce yourself to the people's child.
Okay, can you see me good? Like, is my light good? Do I need to make some adjustments here or?
I can see you clearly. If you want to be brighter, you can. But that's really up to you.
Yeah, I'll just leave it alone because I have to go get the ring light and all of that.
Say less. Say less. Say less. But yes, introduce yourself so people will know who exactly you are, what you do, and just how you're showing up in the world.
Okay, well, I go by Miss Niki. I am a music edutainer. And so what that means is I educate through entertainment. I educate children through entertainment, and that is through song. I write children's music. I am a music educator by trade. I've been teaching for about 20 years, and just maybe a year or two before the pandemic, I started writing children's music and started creating videos and posting to Instagram. I'm also a mother of two and all around music guru. So
The dope soul.
yeah.
What made you get into writing children's songs? Like, what started that?
Yeah, I have always been a writer. I was writing way before the children came. I was writing music.
Your children.
Yeah, my children.
Okay.
Before my children came, I was writing and singing. And I was just talking about this earlier today. Like in the more secular arena, like R&B, neo soul, that side of the music business can be a little, what's the word that they use?
Use your word, child.
It is grimy, you know, a little
Mm.
grimy, and I was turned off a lot about some of the experiences that I had in writing music, on that side of music. And then I kind of left that alone for a minute. And then when my children
Mhm.
came, the talent stays with you. So when the children came, I started writing for my kids and just creating like little silly songs at first. Like my kids started going to the potty, like my oldest lyric started going to the potty, I would like write or just create or come up with like little songs for her to go to the pot, like, and make it exciting, like, hey, it's time to go to pot. And I would just like sing these little songs to get her excited about going to the bathroom. And
Oh, that's so fun.
um so it was like a bunch of those type of songs kept coming to me. And then
Mm.
like one day I just like had this aha moment, like, why don't you write children's music? Like, you teach children, like, you do that every day, like you could test it out on your classes and see how the kids like it. And that's exactly what I did. So I just started playing around with some songs in my classrooms, and the songs that the students liked, I recorded them. And then I started
Sweet.
recording videos, and then I started seeing how folks were using,
Responsible.
yeah, they were using like YouTube as like a way of promoting themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
hmm, how can I use that, with what I'm doing? And then I started creating my videos that you can find on YouTube. And
And no,
yeah.
I was gonna say, what's your YouTube so people can know and
So
check you out?
yeah, so my YouTube channel is Miss Niki's Music Class, and you can find it. A bunch of children's music, like sight words, songs from my EP that I recorded, I guess now 3 years ago.
All
So
right,
I
man.
have several songs on there related to the EP, and like sight words and just educational videos you can use for your kids.
Yeah.
Hey,
So people,
Kimberly! I'm sorry.
I said I already waved at her. But I didn't want to just tell everybody why you're so special to me. But this is my first cousin.
Yeah.
And I know when I introduced you, I said purposeful. And I thought it was very important to say that because growing up, I've always seen you walking your purpose creatively.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been inspired and motivated by that. Because as you was talking about, okay, you wrote children's song. I'm like, oh, cuz really been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
The sewing, the musicals. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this definitely has it come easy for you as far as, the children's writing because you were, writing secular, I guess,
Mm-hmm. I will
music before?
say, um, yeah, yeah, in a sense, because the children's arena was very unfamiliar to me. Like, I didn't know that that was even like a thing, like a category,
Yeah.
really, until I started playing around with it, and then posting my songs and stuff on YouTube. Like, all of the people who are like on the One Tribe album, I guess we can talk about that later. Like, all of those artists I met on Instagram. And, like one of the first um, artists that I met when I started posting is Uncle Devin. He had
Hmm.
a children's radio station here called We Nation Radio. He was one of the first people who reached out to me in my DM, like, "Hey, you want to be on my radio station?" And then, after posting, just people were just um, in my DM,
Reaching out.
yeah, like reaching
Yeah.
out, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa!" And I was just shocked at how people were so like interested in connecting with me after posting. So I would say it was easy in that regard because I didn't really have any, I don't want to say like any goals, but because I was just so foreign to it,
To it. Mm-hmm.
that I was just like as if you were blindfolded, just kind of like feeling my way through,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, hey, like, oh, okay, well, hi, how are you? And the ball has just continued to roll from there.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm saying easy in that regard, that people in this arena are so welcoming and so helpful and so wanting to like connect you to more people so that you can, grow and shine.
That's awesome. It's funny you spoke about how people saw what you were doing and have been connecting with you. I was actually going to do a dose of dawn this morning because it was on my spirit to just say, use social media intentionally.
Hmm.
Like if you use it intentionally, doors will just magnify
Yeah.
in ways that I'm sure for you to even blow your mind because what's happening in April?
Yeah, we so the All One Tribe, I'm sporting our if Kim is still on here. I'm sporting
Okay,
our
that's cute.
All One Tribe pin. So this is still unbelievable to me that this is even happening, because I
So what's happening though?
okay,
What's
so
happening? I know what's happening, but you tell
tell
your
people what's
story, honey.
happening.
They don't. Yes.
So I'm part of a group called One Tribe Collective, and we are nominated for a Grammy this year. And we'll be going to Vegas for
Yes.
the Grammy Awards and praying for the win that we
Yes.
are the winners of Best Children's Music Album. So that is a major, major, major deal for all of us. It's not something that like 20 years ago, basically 20 years ago, if you would have said, if somebody was able to
I got you,
whisper
Kim.
to me about my
Hmm.
future, like, hey, so in 2022, in 2020, there's gonna be this pandemic, and the folks are gonna
Right.
be like, let's put together this album. In 2022, you guys are gonna win Best Children's
Right.
Music
Come on,
Album.
speaking manifestation.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
let me. I see Kim wants to join in, and I know you all are,
mhm.
collectives doing this project. So
Okay,
let's chime her
come
in to
on
get Kim on here as well.
in,
All these creators online.
Kim. Come
I
on,
accepted it, Kim. Oh, here
here
she
she
goes.
goes.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to join the chat. I wasn't trying to be on camera. This
Oh,
always
okay.
happens. I'm glad my hair was combed. Hey, I'm just here to
Hey.
support. I'm here to support my One Tribe sister. Hi.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, likewise. Okay, well, pleasure seeing you and you coming on supporting Nikki.
Okay, so you can take me off the screen, or do I do it myself? I'm so
Girl,
sorry.
I think you got to do that
Okay.
yourself.
Oh,
Let me see.
Hold on.
now just okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
Well,
it.
listen, y'all just keep talking, and I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay. So like
That is
on
too
mine,
funny.
there's a camera. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
there we go. Okay.
Hmm. But that's still interesting though. Like, how would you exit someone out? I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't know if I think it's
Oh,
called
maybe up here. Oh, I got it. I got
okay.
it.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. So, was
Um,
this a new category for the Grammys, or has this been
so
something that's?
this has always been a category. So what's so significant about this year is that in previous years, there has always been a white male to be nominated or win. I'll say, well, would win this category. And
Uh huh.
I believe it was last year. There's a group called Okie Dokie Brothers. Kim, let me know if I'm saying this right. They declined They declined their win. Um,
Hmm.
Last year as a protest, saying like, hey, there's many other artists who are submitting, their work to be considered, and there's always a white male that wins this category. And even the folks that choose who choose the nominees or who choose the winners is like an invited group of voters. And so once they took that
Hmm.
stance, it is now opened up to voting members to vote for what
More people,
yeah,
more artists.
yeah. And so this year is the first year that there's a platform of all people of color are the nominees this year, and that's a historic thing. You know, like
All right.
it's never
Done
been
before.
it's never been a nominees that have been all people of color is what I'm trying to.
Oh, well, how many people are a part of your one? It's One Tribe, correct?
Yeah, it's One Tribe Collective. It is 25 of us in total.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so Amelia Robinson, who is one of the producers of the album, I'd say maybe 2 years ago, messaged me, and this was before we even got started on the album. It was just like a conversation, like, hey, we're thinking about, I know Uncle Devin and some other people. We've been thinking about putting together this album, and it was just like the grassroots of the planning of this, and
Mm-hmm.
would
And
you
not
like,
even knowing.
right?
Look, it seems like not even knowing. Yeah.
And there was supposed to be like another group of producers that were supposed to put this project together, and that didn't happen. And so we decided to just do it ourselves. And so we finally set a date, like, hey, you guys, let's submit in some songs. We did like a listening session to hear what songs folks were going to submit for the project. And we did that. We came together and wrote the All One Tribe song, where we all, it's so weird how technology works, because they gave you a track and say, hey, you put your part, you do the vocals for this part, you do the soprano part on the chorus, you do the ad-libs for the verse. And we've never met each other.
I was gonna ask. I swear that was gonna be my next question. Like, okay,
sorry, I saw
hey.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, have you all been in the studio doing this? Have you met everyone? So
Never.
When you go to Vegas, it's like meet and greet, hey,
yes.
family.
Yes, exactly. We have never met each other in person. We've had like several meetings, like virtually, like via
Zoom.
Yeah. But even recording that song together, we were not together. We, with our studio equipment, recorded at home, submitted our parts, producers put it together, mixed it and mastered it that way.
Wow.
So I'm super excited about, the Grammy weekend, because we are going to do a showcase in Vegas. So we'll get to meet each other the night before, have our little meet and greet and rehearsal, and we have a show. And I believe it's Henderson. Yeah, the city is called Henderson.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in Vegas, what is it? April the what?
April. Kim, what day is that? We performed on the 2nd. Yeah, April 2nd.
Okay, if you're in Vegas, April 2nd, y'all pull up. What is it again?
Henderson, Nevada.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Okay, Henderson, Nevada. You can Google it. I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be really, really awesome. She just said it is April the 2nd.
Yeah.
So listening to you, it goes to show that whatever your talent and gift is, it literally makes room for you.
Yes.
You don't know Henderson, okay? And she said it's free, y'all. So pull up at Henderson, okay, and get some of this good collective One Tribe music.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. But your gifts definitely make room for you, not even knowing that you've been teaching 20 years. You've been producing and singing, probably just as long as you've been teaching.
Yeah.
You never gave up.
Well,
on your creativity.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Did you? Were there moments where you were just like,
absolutely,
what am I doing? Because I know creative people, our minds are, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So what were those moments like where you felt uncertain about your craft, your gift, really?
I have felt uncertainty throughout the entire time. Well, I mean, like, I've been teaching 20 years, but I haven't. So let me put it like this. back in college. You know, I was at a point where I was like, you know what? I don't really need a degree in music. I wanted to go to college because that was the next thing in life that you're supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to go to
Yeah.
college and get a degree. And I also wanted to get a degree because my mom had started school and then she stopped, you know, with having kids and things like that. So I wanted to be the first in, you know,
Your
my family
your home. Yeah.
to get a college degree. So more than anything is why I finished. But I wanted to quit. I wanted to leave and move to New York and go audition and stand in the lines overnight or sleep outside with the rats, waiting to audition, and, be on Broadway or, background
Mm.
vocals for people. And I had done that, I mean, I hadn't gotten to Broadway, but I had experience going to New York and standing in the lines and auditioning, and you're waiting for at least a day or sometimes longer than that
Oh
to,
wow.
not get the part,
Right.
and so that was discouraging, like, so do I have to move here? Like, how I would like literally not be able to work if I'm gonna stand in these lines to audition to try to get a gig. Like you
Yeah.
really sacrificing your life to
To pursue.
yeah. And so I was like, yeah, nah, so I was like, okay, so maybe I should stay in school because I don't know if I can dedicate my entire,
This
like,
much
how many
time.
years is this going to take? How many months would it take? And I'm just staying, I'm not making any money. Like, I got to eat,
Right.
And
You gotta
so,
live.
yeah. So I was like, okay, let me major in music education. I could still teach. I could do something that I like. And the hours were great at the time. Like, was getting out at 3 o'clock. Hey, maybe I can catch an audition. I'm only 4 hours away from New York. I can hop on a train. I have my summers off. So if I'm not going to audition for gigs in, the fall and the winter, then maybe I could just audition during the summertime.
Right.
And so that was a plan. And I did go and audition and things, and I was recording hooks at the time for like rappers and submitting songs to different producers, trying to get like a writing deal at least, because at the time
Did you know anyone in New York, or you just went up there on a whim?
I was just
Like,
going up there.
what college did you go to?
I went to HU, the real HU,
Okay.
Howard University. Got to make sure I put that out there.
Right. Did you have any connects from Howard to New York? Are you just
So and I don't even remember her name. This is an elderly lady, and I was part of a group called Rhapsody at the time, and she was getting us auditions. She was getting us to audition for Apollo, and telling
okay?
us so we would go up and do Apollo. We would win Apollo, the untelevised, the untelevised Apollo.
She was winning. Y'all were winning. That's all that matters.
Back to back. We were going up there like every weekend, and sometimes we would go up there. She was like, "Hey, why don't you guys go audition for this?" And we would, go and audition for certain things, and then we would meet people that would tell us about different things.
Different. Mm-hmm.
And we actually got on the televised Apollo, and that video started to surface. I'm not ashamed and hurt by it anymore. But yes, we got on Apollo and got booed. But
You experienced Apollo though.
Yes.
Like, many people can't say that, booed or not.
Right.
You was on Apollo.
Yeah, and Lauryn Hill got booed on Apollo. And look at Lauryn Hill. She has numerous Grammys.
Come on, numerous.
Numerous Grammys. And although my group, even though we did great, well, not great, but we did well, and got booed on Apollo, and we're gonna win a Grammy as well.
Come on. I see the pattern.
Of April. You know what I'm saying? So
I see the pattern.
Yeah. But at the time it was very hurtful. It was very like it like had
It was
it
discouraging.
was very discouraging. It had you question like, okay, all right, now
What am I
we're
doing?
getting a little older. Um, you know, you got this degree. You know, is this, like, is this what you want
When
to
the
do?
option? Yeah.
Like, I don't want to live in a house with my mom forever. I want to move. I want to have my own apartment. I want to have a car, and I was like, okay, well, I've got my degree now. I'm going to start teaching, and
Mm.
still, doing some things on the side. But after a while, teaching became, I mean, it was a full-time thing, and I was investing a lot of my energy in my students, and like
Mm.
creating musicals, like putting on shows with them, which I enjoyed.
What were some of the musicals that you put on?
So we we used to we performed The Wiz, we performed Annie. Those were like my two main musicals that I would do with my students. Um Sometimes, like, during Black History Month, I would have the students like have their input in what we would perform for the school. So we would
Yeah.
create like little skits and stuff, together, and get their costumes and get on stage and perform. So that became my thing for a while. And
Were you happy? Like, because I know sometimes as a creative, you have those high moments and those low moments. Like
yeah,
you're doing things, but then sometimes you feel like, okay, could I be doing something more?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you had those.
yeah, I definitely had those. Students said,
Mhm.
"Why are you here?" That thing struck a nerve in me. Like,
Oh,
why are you here? Like, you're too talented to be teaching up here in this school. I was
wow.
like, out of the mouths of babes.
Of babes. Yeah.
And that
Wow.
thing struck me like, but don't y'all like doing the musicals? Like, I need to be here, and give back to my community, and share what was given to me to you all. But there was like this cry, or like this yearning to still perform, you know. And
Mm.
so, like, that was my first school. I taught there for 5 years. And that school, this is like the beginning of gentrification in DC. And that school got shut
Hmm.
down. And so I was like, well, I guess this is my opportunity to jump out and do something different. And that's when I decided to move to Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I've been living here all of my life. Let me move, you know? And so I applied for a job online, had an interview over the phone. This was before Zoom and all of that. I had an
Right.
interview over the
Right.
phone. They hired me on the spot and was like, "Can you come down? Maybe like 2 weeks from now." I was looking for apartments online, and I remember coming down with Aunt Joyce and us driving around looking for an apartment. I drove around to the school that I was going to teach, and I was like, "Wait, hold on, wait."
Were you on the west side?
Was I on the west side? I was like, "Oh, is this what they call Bankhead?" Oh, this is Bankhead. Oh, okay. This is what they talk about in the rap songs. Oh, this the street. Oh, this is the street. Like, I was like,
Lot of mercy.
whoa. I said, this is not how the school looked on a picture that they had online. I mean, I was hoodwinked, bamboozled.
And bamboozled. And I was gonna ask you, how was your transition from DC to Atlanta? Because DC is more fast paced, and y'all have, little areas where
Oh,
you like, wait a minute,
absolutely. Absolutely.
but every hood is different.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
transition from that hood to this hood, like you said, you were bamboozled. Were you like, okay, do I need to rethink this?
Well,
Do I need to?
Yeah. So as far as the city, I love the city. Like I
Mm-hmm.
felt almost like home away from home. It definitely is a lot different in a lot of ways. It was a
In
little
what ways
slower.
would you say?
I would say
What two ways would you say is the difference?
um I would say although it gave me like that city urban feel, it was
Mm-hmm.
still slower, like more
Mm.
relaxed, and the people were very different. Like that southern hospitality that they speak of, I definitely felt that. Like people actually saying hi when you
Hmm.
you're just walking
Just
by or
walking
whatever.
down the street, yeah.
Yeah, they
I remember you
relate.
saying that, and that stood out to me. You was like, "Why everybody speaking? Like
Right,
this is different.
right.
This is very
Very
different."
different. And it just made me think about like maybe how hard I was. Like
Mm,
people are friendly, and where I'm from, if I don't know you, like don't look my way. Like you keep your
yeah,
eyes straight, like don't be looking at people.
yeah,
So that was different. I feel like it made me more relaxed. It
very good.
brought out like a friendlier or more
Part of
open
you,
side of
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
But the area where the school was kind of a culture shock slash history lesson for me,
Hmm.
because
How so?
it made me think back when this area was probably built. Because
Mm.
I never seen, and I think you've been to A.D. Williams, right? Have you ever been to my school?
I
Okay.
that was me. My apologies.
Okay.
I think so. When you were, did I meet you at a library and you
Okay.
were working at that school?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So
the school, I mean,
the
the library
school,
was
I
in the
mean, the
summer
library was
program.
a summer program.
And then my school was
I'm
like
sorry.
a block away.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're delayed.
Oh Lord. Am I moving delayed?
Yes.
Hmm.
Maybe it'll catch up. It might have been because a text was coming through my phone too. I don't
Yeah, I didn't. I was trying to ignore it, but it actually called in.
Oh,
I actually answered it, and so
oh, you're
now
fine
it's
now.
like I'm fine now.
Hmm.
See, now you sound low to me, but whatever.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it going.
Okay. Well, so what I was saying,
Here.
uh, it made me think about when the school was built and maybe why it was
Mm-hmm.
built the way, or the area
Who
was
is it named
designed.
after?
A.D. Williams. He was I believe he was like I don't want to say abolitionist, but he was like what's the other cross street? Like a freedom fighter, or
Yeah, a freedom. He
uh
was a black man.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he
Yeah.
was a black man.
He wait, I think he was Martin Luther King's
Right
I think
hand
he was
man.
related I think he was related to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna have to Google it again because it's slowly coming back to me. It's slowly coming back to me. But he was like a big name in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so 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 what I mean by the design, like, okay, so you what is that main street?
Miss Nikki, if you could talk a little louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Am I
main
loud?
no,
Huh?
you're not
I'm
loud.
not loud.
Mm-mm.
I sound low.
No.
Okay.
Can you
I don't know. Since the Bluetooth or whatever, you just sound low.
okay. Okay. Let me know if you cannot hear me though. Can you hear me?
You just sound low. You just sound like, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely louder than that. But anyway, anyway, I can't think of the name of the street. What is that main street?
You talking about Simpson Road?
Not Simpson Road.
Donald Lee Howell.
Donald Lee Hollowell. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So, like my first day visiting the school, you're on Donald Lee, and then you make a right into the school. Okay.
She said she can hear both of us. Okay, good. So it's just mine that's messed up, but we're gonna keep on rocking.
Okay. So you make a right, but before you enter, like there's this gate. There's like a gate surrounding the entire community. And right outside of the gate is a gas station. Then on the opposite side is like a convenience store. And then you drive into the gate. And then there's like this little cubicle of a library and the projects. So the homes, right? And then as you drive within the community, the school is right there. You even have like a clinic right there. And I was just like, what type of racist crap is this? Like it almost was like, we're going to keep all y'all black folks right here. And there's no reason for you to come out of this gate. Because we got your little library. We got the school for your babies. We got a little clinic.
Got your little convenience store.
Yeah, we got a little clinic for you just in case you get sick. If you got a car, we got a gas station for you. If with your EBT cards or whatever, you can go right here to this convenience store because all in big capital letters, EBT accepted. You know? And I was just like, and it was like one way in, one way out. There was only one entrance. And I just thought that was foul, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't believe it. But it just made me think, like, Nicole, you are down south. You're down south. And it just made me think, like, we know our history. Like, what was happening during the time that this was built for whoever were the developers of this area decided to create this way.
Very systematic, obviously. Yeah. Extremely systematic in the development.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
So yeah, that was a shock for me, but I continued to teach while I was there. I continued to put on the musicals and even started a nonprofit, which was called The Sewing, SOWING. It was called the Sewing Performing Arts Studios. Myself and my new friends that I met in Atlanta, I just so happened to be talking about what I wanted to do. And they were like, okay, well, let's be part of your board and, we'll help you do that. That was another like win for my, within my move to Atlanta. I felt like there were a lot of young Black folks and still are that are down there doing a thing, and that was very inspiring for me to see. Like one of my girlfriends, she had a shoe store. She was only like 3-4 years older than me. And I'm like, how do you have a shoe store? How did you do that? And
in a popping area too, Castleberry Hills. And
I'm like, these chicks got homes, and y'all are like 20. Well, at the time I was like 28, 29.
Young, Black, and thriving in the ATL.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, if y'all can do it, I can do it. And so when they were like really supportive and wanting to help me, it happened, and we were really going at it with the musical theater programs in the summertime for kids of Bankhead, And so although, not being from Atlanta, you hear Bankhead, like I said, I'm like, oh, this is Bankhead, from what you hear on the songs, that you think that this is just like this hood or extra ghetto place, but those kids were extremely talented. Like I can't say I can say that my most talented kids that I have met, the schools that I have taught, have been my kids that are in neighborhoods that are in need, and they are in need of teachers who love and care for them, and to help them discover their talents. And they need us educators to help nurture those talents. And I met a lot of talented kids during that period.
Do you have any of your students, reach back out to you just to say thank you for,
Yep.
That experience?
Yep.
Like, what was the most memorable, reach back out or compliment that you received from your students or a student?
Hey, Mr. Pete's Playhouse. So throughout this journey, I had a website, and I had these cards made. I had my face on it, and I was going by my middle name at the time. And it had my uncle's name on it, who was my manager at the time. This has got to be 20-something years ago, right? And my uncle was like, somebody keeps calling me. And I'm like, what are they saying? They're saying that you used to be their teacher, and that he wants to thank you for teaching the musicals and having him in the musicals and stuff like that. That he goes to Duke Ellington School of the Arts now. He's about to graduate. And I was like, what? And so I never did get a chance to talk to him, but I knew exactly who he was talking about. I can't think of the guy's name. I wish I could think of his name. But it brought me to tears, because the last time I remember this student, he was in the first grade. And so I was like, he must have had a card. Matter of fact, I got those cards made right before I moved to Atlanta. And I probably had given my students my cards, like, hey, y'all want to keep in contact with me, but I'm about to move to Atlanta, I'm about to blow up, Right. And he must have kept my card. And I remember talking about my high school. I talk about my high school all the time, and share with my students the experience that I had going to a performing arts high school.
And what high school did you go to?
Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C. Yeah.
All right.
So
there's a question for you at the bottom.
Okay. What was your middle name? So my middle name is Delanise. Dalenise. Yes. So I used to go by Delanise. And when I started the children's music, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep it simple, because people could not pronounce it. I'm like,
right. Okay. Butchering your name.
Right. So yeah, that was heartfelt to hear.
Very good.
To know that my students were trying to find me and reach out to me to let me know their success.
They were impacted by the time that you've shared and pouring into them. Yeah. Do you see a difference from, because you've been in the game, the educational field for 2 decades. What has been your biggest takeaway from when you first started versus now? Because the children, the breed of children now, this is a whole different.
Listen. So because I got a lot of teachers that follow me.
No, not Della Reese. It's Delanise.
So take out the R and put an N. Delanise. And Delanise is my mom and my dad's name mixed together. They call themselves trying to be creative. My dad's name is Dale. My mother's name is Denise. So Delanise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still there's still moments in teaching in the traditional classroom where I still make some connections with students, I believe. But I'd say the last 10 years of being in the school system has really shifted my views about traditional schooling. And
Is it the politics of school? Because I have friends that are teachers and I hear a lot about the politics. You have to do it this way or that way, but yet people aren't really focusing on the true need of the children, but the teachers are getting pounded with meetings or all these expectations that they're unable to actually execute and focus on the development of the, the
yeah,
students. So is it a lot of politics
it's a lot of
in
politics, and it's a lot of not listening. A lot of people making decisions that don't even know anything about education or children. Like, who was the the lady in office with Bush, who was the what was her title?
um
Think tonight.
I know exactly who you're speaking
Yeah,
about.
but she, like, background wasn't even education. Like,
Yeah.
so you have a lot of that. You have a lot of, like, charter schools, and you have, like, it's like schools of business, and kids aren't being taught. And I've seen throughout the years how schools push kids along. That's why you have kids who are in high school who are reading on a third grade level.
Yeah.
Because they're not, like, especially like, for example, charter schools. Everybody wants to have the highest graduation rate, or
Right.
they want all of these accolades, or and there's a lot of untruth about a lot of things that they say that they are doing with our students. And I have lived it, and I've seen it, and I'm trying to be careful of my words.
Okay, and if we need to change gears, we can change gears, because you are still, in the educational system.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
okay, say less,
yeah.
say less. How is the I will say this, not necessarily about the school system, but what have you observed with the parental, involvement with the children?
Um,
Are the parents active?
I would say I'm on the high school side now. I mean, I would say
Okay.
even when I was in elementary school, I feel like the parents at the schools where I've taught were active. You know,
That's good.
um, and I've had families or parents who were, positive when I'd share, not so positive, you know, news about their child. I've been cursed out, and I've been called all kinds of things. And I've had parents who, you know, give me Christmas cards with checks and, want to give me gift
Ching
cards,
ching.
yeah. And who might follow me now, like on social media, and like, hey, like, I remember you taught my son, or, so, it comes with the territory. I mean, in the moment when you're younger, I felt at times like, wow, like, I have even cried some days because of
Yeah.
things that a parent may have said to me. But
Say it.
now more
You can care less.
yeah, like, okay, I
Yeah.
know what that's
Well,
about, but unfortunately, a lot of us have to experience that as an educator. Like, you feel beat up, even though you're pretty much sacrificing your entire life for somebody else's children.
right. Right. Well, what's next for Miss Nikki? Like what's next? Because you are a children's writer, you're an artist, you're just an all-around creative. Like, what's next? Are you open to what? Just tell us what's next for you.
The sky's the limit, right now. I am about to pivot where I'm going to pull back from teaching full time so that I can continue to push Miss Niki brand. I want to have more time to do what I love. Like, as you heard throughout the years, like, that's still in me. It's still in me to be a performer. and I have found my lane now, and it's working now. And so now I need to devote the time that I didn't get an opportunity to do in the past and ride this wave. And so I have an album that I'm going to release this year. Date to be determined, but it's definitely this year. The album has been completed at least a year ago now.
Oh wow.
Release an album. I want to release more digital books. I want to eventually release like actual hardback books. I want to do more collaborations with, the artists from One Tribe Collective. I want to be a part of the next project that we do. I want to be at the Grammys every year. I want to have like a catalog of videos, to produce on a network of some sort, not just YouTube. Like, I want a Miss Niki show.
Okay, Netflix. Y'all hear her, Netflix. Come on.
Yeah, I want more opportunities, not just for me, but for more artists of color to have bigger platforms to show what we're capable of and to share our talents with our communities, with everyone, just this album, who would thought that, there was like some racist things happening in children's music,
Yeah.
And to be a part of that, that's history. And I want us to continue to break barriers. Like, there's only, and I don't want to throw any names out, but, there's really like a main radio station for children's music, and it's not really a platform for us, for artists of color. And so that needs to change. Like, thankfully we have We Nation Radio. We have We Nation Radio.
Yeah.
But that needs to change. And I just think that once we get to the word out, like,
right.
Okay, Tyler Perry, okay, Oprah, okay, BT, like, you got some children artists out here. Like, we got a whole category that's being overlooked in our own communities, in the platforms where we do have like a bigger widespread audience, so maybe BT just don't know. They're not hip to it yet, and we need to let them know, like, hey, we got a children's category. We're recognized this year at the Grammys. Y'all need to get with it. Oprah, Tyler, come on. Like, we got a lot of we have a lot to share, and you guys have a platform, and so we need to come together, because
No, I was gonna say, as you were speaking, I'm like, ooh, y'all should be touring just with this opportunity. Going to the Grammys, like, y'all, that's some heavy weight right there. So clearly you all have the experience, the creativity, and the talent to be able to get to that level. Just how Friday nights parents are going out. Okay, go out with your kids. These music, these sing-along songs that are just energetic, getting the family, bringing the family together. That's, as you were speaking, I'm like, ooh, that would be really dope.
It would be. Hey, Miss Melody.
Because you don't hear of, I've never heard of any of that, so.
Yeah.
I'm
sure people don't know, and thankfully, as I shared the history of my life in music, like, thankfully to social media, like, can you imagine, like, we still putting flyers up on, I mean, people still putting flyers up, but if that was like the only way, or popping up and, passing out CDs out of the trunk of your car, I'm like, people made it that way, but the platform that we have now, like with Instagram, like I just shared, like, that that's how this whole One Tribe thing came. Like we don't know each other. We've never met.
Yeah,
We are
that's
nominated for a
awesome.
Grammy and we have never met.
The power of technology, the power of social media.
Right.
Do you know if you all will have like a videographer that will kind of document? And again, stuff is just coming to my head.
Yeah, that's something that, I can mention to the group. I would hope so. Like I have shared like, yeah, we need to take pictures when we get together. We don't even have a group picture. Like the picture that we put on like promo stuff, that's just like our picture, like cut and paste together. But we need a picture. Like we're an official group, So hopefully
Yeah.
it's been talk about it that might happen. And it has to happen, Who
Kim,
knows?
she put on here, she said, oh, you
We have
guys
a
do have a
photographer.
photographer.
Yeah.
But she put on there how she's felt like she's known you your whole life.
And that's the other thing. That's the other, like, not weird, but like interesting thing about it. Like, it's Kim and it's others, who, although we haven't met, we feel like we're like Instagram besties.
Right.
So like when I do have a question about something, like, let me call Kim. Like, we got each other's numbers and we talk on the phone, but we literally never met each other.
Yeah.
And, that's just really the impact of social media,
Absolutely. Like she said, kindred spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? A lot of times, sometimes it's not even about, I've seen a post where people will say, you can know somebody for this length of time and then, things may not be right, but you can meet someone and it feels like you've known them for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Purposeful connections.
Yep.
Divine time.
Yep.
Everybody's on that same vibration.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's a powerful movement.
Yeah.
Very powerful movement.
So.
Well, I was gonna go a little deep, but I'm not gonna go deep.
Go deep. Come on now. Come on.
Well, just mentally, because with everything prior even to the pandemic, just trying to figure out your lane mentally, how were you really processing how you were going to show up as a artist? Because you said, I've been hearing you say, I'm a performer. That's where you show up best.
Yeah.
But when you weren't doing that, how were you, mentally processing?
I think I was kind of just going on fumes, like on autopilot for a little while. Like, especially when, you start getting older, you have more responsibilities. And it's like that angel on your shoulder, like, hey, I'm still here.
Thank you.
I'm still here, And then you're like, look, I got these bills to pay. I got to go to work. I got these kids. And it's like, but I'm still here. It's like that voice, but I'm still here, And it's like, you hear it and you like, all right, but so how are we going to do this though? You understand what I'm saying? How are we going to do this? I hear you saying I'm still here, but do you see
how we going to execute?
Yeah. Like, do you understand like all the things that I have to do, the things that I have to take care of, the little people who are, I'm held responsible
looking up
for.
To you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so a lot of that was me, a lot of that was like just fear, like, okay, maybe I should just sit here and listen to this voice and just like sit with that. And I think when the whole children's music thing came about, I was actually driving and I was in Baltimore. I was lost and I was trying to find my way out of Baltimore. And it was just like the thoughts just kept coming. It was like, okay, well, right. You've already written before you sing, right? Children's music. Like you teach children, like you're going to be an educational singer. Like you can teach these kids through song. And you got songs, you got an audience, test, like everything just started happening. Like once I sat still and was like, okay, all right. Okay, like whatever you want to call it. Okay, voice, okay, God, like, all right. And it's like the voices, like the ideas just started coming like rapidly. I started getting like these journals. Like I'm looking over here because I have journals on like my bookshelf, but I would just start writing, and like the songs was like I would wake up in the middle of the night like, okay, music in the end, and then the phones with the voice memo. I would have a melody in my head, and I'm just, you know, recording on the voice memo. I'm writing stuff down, and then I'll go to work, and then, you know, on my lunch break I'll listen. I'm like, oh yeah, let me finish with that, and I'll be in class like, what do y'all think? Bump, bump, bump. Dun, dun, dun. You know, I'm not a pianist like Kim, but I would just like play little, you know, like a little melody on the yeah. And then I would start, you know, like call and response songs. So I would play a little melody. I'm like, come on, y'all, repeat after me. And I'll sing, and they come back, you know, they respond.
And you're doing this with your high school students?
No, this is with my babies. This is when I was teaching in elementary school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so, yeah, so from there, I think I just had to make up my mind. I had to make up my mind, like, hey, the years are going by. Like, I don't want to look back and say, I didn't try. I didn't try to do what I really wanted to do. I didn't fulfill the purpose that was
of you being here.
Yeah, me being here. Like, my life will be null and void in my eyes, you know, that I didn't, you know, do what I was supposed to do. Like when I told you, like, okay, I'm this age, it's all or nothing. I'm gonna ride this wheel for 10 years. I'm giving myself all of this time to go all in with it. And just a matter of 1 year, 2 years, we going to the Grammys.
Wow.
Mindset. We're not going to the Grammys. We nominated.
We're nominated. That's a bar. We're going to the Grammys. No, we're nominated for the Grammys. Like, that's fire. That's fire.
I don't know how I'm going to act. Or how I'm going to feel in my seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm be like, oh, wait, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I just like looking around. But you know what, another thing that tripped me out about this whole Grammy thing. Like, I'm very grateful. And I'm just like, what else you got? You know, like, this is amazing. I want to continue to feel like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, when I went back into the classroom post the being at home or teaching virtually, everything was still in place. Our posters still on the wall, my desk, everything still was in place. We didn't have time to take anything down like we normally would.
Right.
And I look at my wall next to my desk, and there's a picture of a Grammy that I cut out on my board.
Wow.
And I don't even remember when I did that.
Wow.
When I tell you, I stood at my door and looked at that picture and was tripped out.
The power of manifestation. Even though you don't remember when you did it, but write the vision or post the vision, make it plain.
Yes,
we legit never know when things will unfold. But like Kim said, when it's in your fabric, when it's in your being, it's just a matter of, also when you were speaking, I'm like, your mindset. You had a shift in your mindset. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. I'm gonna give it all I got while I'm here.
Yeah.
And I've said this in a prior podcast. For me personally, I feel like it's important for people to understand when you leave this earth, you should leave empty. Every gift, every talent, whatever God, the creator, whatever you believe in has given you, utilize it.
Yeah. Because
we never know how it's going to impact someone else.
Yeah.
How you influence your students. Even, you know, Miss Kim on here saying, you know, you've been an inspiration to her. We just never know that when we show up authentically, creatively, it's a domino effect for somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my little tangent. I'm sorry. Because I'm just like, that's fire.
Yeah. And so Kim has this Bible verse. Now, I'm not, you know... I'm not, you know.
You like, I know a little bit, but I don't know how to quote them back to back now.
But I have a feeling that verse is your gifts will make room for you. Is that what that is, Kim?
Write the vision and make it plain. Okay.
But the verse that talks about like your gifts will make room for you. Mm-hmm. I did pay attention that day. And it's true. You know? Yeah. Like when you're focused on it and you make up your mind and this is what I'm going to do, and that's with anything in life. Like, right. If I say, and I'm about to share some things that I never said publicly, like if I say, I'm done with this relationship. Right. Like, I'm done for real. Like, this is it. I've made my decision. I'm not going back and forth anymore. This is it. Right. It's over. It's done. And then it's like, okay, well, here you go. Well, now the door's now open for you, my child. Right. Thank you. I've been waiting for you to come to this moment. Now, here you are. Here you go.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, I literally feel like that's exactly what has happened. Like you made that decision and I've been waiting for you to come to this moment. And so, here you are. Here you go.
Now that's deep. I don't know if that went over anyone's head. Now that's good. Sometimes we can get consumed in personal relationships that have us stagnant, where we lose focus and vision on purpose. Mm-hmm. Because if the person is not truly in line with your purpose and destiny to even help you, fulfill whatever, and vice versa. Yeah. Vice versa. Yeah. You sitting around like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing something, but I don't know what the something is. But when you realize a decision has to be made, mm-hmm. and then everything just starts flowing like, okay, this is what has to happen. This is what I have to do. Oh, my creativity has never gone anywhere. It's still here. Mm-hmm. Music starts flowing. Beats start dropping in your head. Wow. Yeah. All that.
Yeah. Just like that. Just like
overflow.
Yeah.
I love it.
And all before that, I gotta do this, but I gotta do that. Like, no, you don't. You know how you're thinking that is the route to getting your bills paid. You're thinking that is the route to provide for your family, but that ain't it. So I'm just waiting for you to, realize.
Step out.
Yeah. Like hear
step out
that voice again. Like, I'm trying to get your attention. Like, you kicking and screaming over here, but I'm trying to get your attention. Like, turn your
But you're not listening, though.
Yeah, like, turn. Like, how we do kids. Like, over here. No, I'm over here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now that I have your attention, that comes with the attention. Like, okay, now I have your attention. This is what I want. This is what I want for you. But I need your attention. You got to turn the other way, so you can hear what it is that I need to share with you.
Yeah, what I'm downloading in you. Yeah. And those downloads are the songs that you're creating, the beats that are, coming to you. Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Yeah. Very, very powerful. I'm stuck on the manifestation. I'm stuck on the Grammy on your wall, not even knowing when you put it up there. Yeah. And many times, each year people have, the vision board parties. Mm-hmm. But it seems like when you're very intentional about what you're putting out in the world, it will happen.
Yes, it will.
It's just a matter of respecting the process of life and going through things to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's that.
Yep.
That is that.
And then once you start putting that into practice, like, it almost feels magical, like, like people say it's power in the tongue. Like, it is, like, literally. And what I mean by magical, because that is powerful. And I know it to be true, that if I say it's going to be this way,
that's what it is.
And I've written it down. Like, I find that when I am like that, making up your mind, and I say, like something simple like, it's gonna be a great day today. Like I've made up my mind that it's gonna be a great day. So when the stuff that does come, no, because
Right.
because I said it was gonna be a great day, like that ain't even gonna bother me. So
Right.
today is gonna be a great day. Oh, you trying? Okay, well I'm gonna go this way because that ain't part of greatness. So no, today's gonna be a great day, and it is. You know.
Even with your music is very affirming. I can hear the music in the air.
Girl.
Clap, 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 clap. Like, it's this affirmation of happiness, affirmation of joy. Even, like, I don't even have kids, and I'm not saying this because you my kinfolk, but I will legit play your YouTube videos, just like, I can hear the music in the
Come on now,
clap. I leave that for you. But thank you though. But there's another one. I was just actually playing it for a friend. Her daughter was here. What's the new song that you have?
Big Curly Afro?
No, not that one. It's not Music in the Air. It's not. Is it Rainbow?
Rainbow's on the One Tribe album. You're my rainbow, full of color. You brighten up my life. Is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Happy if you're happy.
That's it. Happy. I'm sorry. I got high. I'm spitting. Lord have mercy. Yes. Yes. That's my joint. Okay.
Yeah. And Kim is the only person who messaged me. It's like, that sounds like this gospel song. It does. Like, it kind of is like almost like the same song. Except what does that song, that gospel song, talk about?
If you're happy and
you know it. Dun, dun. I'm so used to mine now that I can't even remember how the gospel version, the gospel one goes. But after
it'll come to us later.
Yeah, after like recording and things, somebody else says like, that sounds like that gospel song. I was like, oh well.
Say amen.
Yeah. I was like, well,
amen.
It's happy now. It's called Happy.
Right.
Now. But
I know that's right.
That's just like some of my gospel roots coming through, I guess, But yeah.
Very good. Well, I am happy that you have taken the time to share your story, your light, your creativity, your music with us today here on a Dot Podcast. I look forward to hearing and knowing that you all won the Grammy this year. One Tribe Collective.
Yeah.
Am I saying that correct? Yes. One Tribe Collective. Check out her pen. Also follow Miss Niki on all social media at Miss Niki's Music Class.
Yep.
Yes, subscribe to her music. And what's the age range for your music?
I'd say elementary school age children. I think pre-K till about, I don't know, because Lyric is now in the 4th grade. She still sings some of my songs. So I usually elementary school age children. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, I have truly been inspired by the whole manifestation. You said a lot of beautiful things, a lot of great things, but that manifestation is key.
Yeah.
And if anyone takes anything away, I would say make sure you take that away. Whatever it is that is inside of you.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, believe it. Set your mind to execute it. Yeah. But also be gentle with yourself in the process, because the process won't be easy. But just know and believe in your heart of hearts that it will manifest when it's supposed to.
Yep. When it's supposed to.
And sometimes you also have to get out of your own way to actually fulfill what it is that you are here to do.
Yeah.
So look, that was my takeaway, but I hope y'all take that away too.
That was perfect. That was a perfect summary of what took place just now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and coming on here and sharing with us. And shout out to all the One Tribe collectives that has come on here, liking and commenting. I really appreciate you guys' energy. And I saw on one of the hashtags someone said, you know, music family. And I can really tell even from this live, like it's real. Like it's real, genuine love, real connection. Whether you've seen them or not, kindred spirit. So I wish you all nothing but success.
Thank you
in the near future.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Kim, for staying on, and Miss Melody who came on. There was a couple other people. Thank y'all for dropping by. Thank you.
All righty.
Me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I will see you, and you have a great one, and we shall talk.
All right.
Peace.
See you later.
All right. Bye, y'all.